Let's be honest for a moment. Have you ever felt completely alone while lying right next to your partner? Or looked at the person you love and thought, do you even see me anymore? Here's the heartbreaking truth about relationships. You can both feel invisible at the exact same time. She's thinking, he doesn't notice me. He doesn't ask about my day. He doesn't see how hard I'm trying. He's thinking, she doesn't appreciate me. She doesn't acknowledge what I do. She doesn't see how much I'm carrying. And you're both standing there starving for the same thing, to be seen, to be valued, to matter. But you're so busy feeling invisible that you can't see that your partner is drowning in the same feeling. And that's how two people who love each other can end up feeling like strangers living in the same house. It happens so slowly that you don't even notice it at first. You used to ask each other about everything. How was your meeting? How's your mom doing? What are you thinking about right now? But somewhere along the way, those questions just stopped. Now you come home and it's just, hey, and then you both retreat into your phones, your work, your own separate worlds. She's over there feeling like she could disappear tomorrow and he wouldn't even notice because he barely looks up when she walks in the room. He's over there feeling like a ghost who just pays bills and fixes things, wondering when was the last time she actually saw him as a person instead of just a function in her life. And here's what makes it so painful. You're both trying. She's making dinner every night even though she's exhausted, keeping a house together, remembering everyone's schedules, making sure his favorite snacks are in the pantry. He's working overtime to keep the bills paid, fixing that thing that's been broken for weeks, making sure the car is maintained, handling all the things she doesn't even know need handling. But neither of you feels seen for what you're doing. She's thinking, does he even notice that I do all of this? Would he even care if I stopped? He's thinking, does she even appreciate what I provide? Does she have any idea how much pressure I'm under? So you both start pulling back. She stops trying as hard because what's the point if he doesn't notice anyway? He stops going the extra mile because he's tired of feeling taken for granted. And the distance grows. You're living in the same space, but experiencing completely different realities. She feels invisible because he doesn't ask about her feelings, doesn't notice when she's struggling, doesn't seem curious about her inner world anymore. He feels invisible because she doesn't acknowledge his efforts, doesn't recognize his sacrifices, doesn't seem to see how hard he's working to hold everything together. And the tragedy is that you're both right. You are both invisible to each other, not because you stopped loving each other, but because you're both so consumed by your own pain of not being seen that you've gone blind to your partner's pain too. I feel like I'm just a function in this house, like I'm an ATM machine who brings home money and takes out the trash and fixes stuff when it breaks, but I'm not actually a person to you anymore. Do you know how stressed out I am about work? That I'm dealing with stuff that keeps me up at night? That sometimes I need to talk about more than just what needs to be done around the house? Because it feels like the only time you really see me is when I haven't done something you wanted me to do. Then you notice. Then you have plenty to say about how I'm falling short. But what about everything I do? What about the fact that I get up every single day and go to a job I don't even like so we can have the life we have? What about the fact that I spent my Saturday fixing the fence and the leaky faucet instead of doing literally anything I actually wanted to do? What about the fact that I'm carrying the weight of providing for this family and making sure everything stays afloat financially? Do you see that? Do you appreciate that? Or has it just become expected, like I'm some kind of robot that's supposed to produce money and completed tasks without ever needing acknowledgement or appreciation? I'm not asking for a parade every time I do something. I'm just asking you to see me, to notice that I'm trying, to acknowledge that I matter beyond what I can do for you. Because right now, I feel invisible unless I'm useful, and that hurts more than you know. I watch you notice everything else. You notice what your friends are doing, what's happening on your phone, every little thing that needs to be fixed or changed around here. But you don't notice me. You don't ask how I'm doing. You don't seem curious about what's happening in my head. And I'm starting to wonder if you even care anymore. Or if I've just become another item on your to-do list, something that needs to be managed instead of someone who needs to be seen.
You can only speak like that because you haven't the slightest idea what my days are like. Do you know what I'm dealing with, what I'm feeling, what I'm carrying? Because it doesn't seem like you do. It seems like you come home, you're tired, I get it, but I'm tired too. And I'm also drowning in everything that needs to be done and managed, and you don't see it. You don't see me. You walk past me like I'm part of the furniture. You barely look up from your phone when I'm talking. And when was the last time you touched me? Do I disgust you now? When was the last time you brought me flowers? Because it feels to me like you've completely forgotten about my needs. When was the last time you asked how I'm doing? What's happening in my world? What's on my mind? I could be falling apart right in front of you and you wouldn't even notice because you're not looking. You come home and you zone out, and I'm over here still going, making dinner, cleaning up, thinking about tomorrow, remembering the 17 things that need to happen this week. And I do it all without you even acknowledging that I'm doing it. Do you know what that feels like? To give and give and give and feel like you're invisible? Like none of it matters because nobody's even paying attention. I'm not asking you to do more. I'm asking you to see me, to notice that I'm here, to show even the smallest amount of interest in what I'm thinking or feeling or experiencing. And it's not just the big stuff, it's the little things that make me feel like I don't exist to you anymore. I got my hair cut last week and you didn't notice. I wore that dress you used to say you loved and you didn't say a word. I've been stressed about my mom for days and you haven't asked me about it once because you don't even know it's happening, because you're not curious about me anymore. You don't look at me like you used to, like you actually wanted to know what was going on inside my head. Now you just assume everything's fine, or maybe you don't even think about it at all. And that makes me feel so alone. Like I'm living with someone who's physically here, but emotionally gone. And I'm screaming on the inside, I'm right here. Look at me. Ask me something. Care about something beyond what I can do for you. But you don't hear me. Because to you, I'm already invisible.
Thank you for watching all the way to the end. Feel free to click on our other videos for similar content. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And we'll see you on the next one.